we are. Welcome back to part 6, our last in the series of fly fishing from the ground up. I hope you've enjoyed this. Started with wading boots and waders and belts, fly fishing vest, and then shirts, jackets, etc. And today we're going to talk about hats and some of those kinds of things. And once again, you may think, well, why are you talking about a hat? Well, it's clearly I think about what kind of hat is going to best help me fish. Sometimes it's just a lucky hat, and I clearly, like most people, I have a lucky hat. This hat is my old beater. I don't know how many fish I've caught under this hat, but I love it in the summer. I like it on my float tube if it's not real bright, not real sunny. Also like it when I go down creeks just to keep some of the stuff off, you know, when you're dragging around in brush and those kinds of things. Another good option is just a baseball cap like this, but of course this one carries, I've got hat eyes on it, and I like carrying those so that I don't have to have a vest, and I can use this in conjunction with my lanyard, one of my cooler shirts, nice pair of wading pants and boots, and I'm very cool. I can go down a creek, wet wade, don't have to get very hot. And before I forget it, I want to talk to you a little bit about something that that I think will make a lot of sense. If you're going to be a streamer fisherman, I think you need to work on getting you some of these little stripping guards. The first ones I bought, I think I bought out of a catalog, and then I took one and found the right kind of lycra material at a clothing store or a craft store, and my wife makes these for me by sometimes 100 at a time, and I love to have these on. You'll find that if you're using the shark skin fly line or any of that kind of thing, you're going to burn your finger up and it's going to get uncomfortable, and better to have one of these on than not to. So think about that in your fly fishing activities. So once again, you got a hat with my hat eyes on. Now, one of my summer hats is this big straw sombrero, and love it because I grew up here in southern Indiana on a dairy farm, and my grandpa frankly had a straw hat on his whole life, and so something about it, I just like being in a straw hat. But being redheaded and light-skinned, I like to have as much protection as I can. So in the hot summer when I'm on my float tube, that's my hat right there. In the winter, of course, I have several different of these toboggan caps in different thicknesses for different warmths. In fact, I carry 3 or 4 with me, so if it's not going to be real cold, I wear one. If it's going to be brutally cold, I wear another. And then even to one of these little hat band type situations, I like these. If you don't need a hat, it's not going to be terribly sunny, you're not going to get rained on, all those kinds of things. This is a purchase that I just picked up here just a couple weeks ago. This is called a Seattle sombrero, and haven't worn it yet, but I'm looking forward to having the right chance to be either Australian or New Zealand, or let it down like I've really wanted it for. I want it for a rainy situation where I can get that water to come off of me out onto my rain jacket, out of my waders, not inside my body, so that I can fish in the rain. I found that one of my favorite times, period, of doing anything is being in my float tube in a gentle to mild rain. Fish tend to come up to the surface. I can fish a streamer 2 or 3 feet below the surface, and I've had just some fantastic days. So I'm looking forward to having this, and like I said, it kind of looks nice, and hopefully will be very functional at the same time. So I hope that you've got your favorite hat, I'm sure, the one that looks terrible and your kids make fun of, but also some other hats, and when you see one and you think it's going to work, give it a try, pick it out. I'm a bargain shopper. I buy these sometimes for next to nothing. If they don't work, pass them on. If they do work, there's something that's in my repertoire, and I go from there. I hope this whole series has helped you, and if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can email me via the website, and we'll be back at a later date. We'll doing some other of these types of materials and things, and maybe start to look at some equipment to go along with fly fishing. So have a good day.